When someone felt left out. Ethan noticed her on Thursday morning. She sat near the window, 2 rows behind him. New student. Quiet posture. Careful movements. Her name, the teacher said, was Lily. When she spoke, her voice barely reached the back of the room. When the bell rang, she stayed seated a moment too long, as if she wasn't sure where she belonged next. Ethan recognized that hesitation. At lunch, he saw her again, sitting alone at the edge of the cafeteria, hands folded, eyes fixed on her tray. Around her, the room buzzed with noise and laughter. Tables were full. Groups leaned in close, sharing stories that only made sense to those already inside the circle. No one sat with Lily. Across the room, Marcus and a group of students laughed loudly. They were planning something, a game after school, maybe a project meeting. Names were tossed out casually, confidently. Lily's name never came up. Ethan told himself not to stare. He told himself it wasn't his responsibility. He had just learned how to speak up for himself. Speaking up for someone else felt heavier. Riskier. He looked away. But a moment later, he glanced back, and caught it. Lily lifted her head, just slightly. Her eyes scanned the room, searching. Not begging. Not desperate. Just hoping. When she realized no one was looking back, her shoulders lowered. She returned her gaze to the table. Something tightened in Ethan's chest. He remembered how it felt to disappear in a room full of people. How silence could make you feel smaller than you actually were. How pretending not to care only made the wait worse. That afternoon, the teacher announced a new group assignment. Choose your partners, she said. The room erupted. Chairs scraped loudly across the floor. Friends called out to friends. Groups formed fast, almost effortlessly. Ethan was pulled into a group without thinking. Marcus was there. A few others too. They joked, laughed, already dividing tasks. Ethan nodded along, but his attention drifted. Lily was still sitting alone. At first, he told himself someone would notice. Someone always did, eventually. But no one did. Seconds passed. Then a full minute. The teacher watched quietly, giving students time to organize themselves. Lily didn't move. The noise in the room grew louder, but Ethan felt strangely disconnected from it. His heartbeat picked up, not from fear of speaking, but from the fear of staying silent again. He knew this feeling now. This was the moment that decided whether the last few days had meant anything at all. Ethan stood up. The scraping of his chair cut through the noise. A few students turned to look. Marcus frowned slightly. Lily can join us, Ethan said. His voice wasn't loud. But it didn't disappear either. Marcus hesitated. We already have enough people. The old version of Ethan would have sat back down. Would have apologized. Would have let the moment pass. Instead, he stayed standing. She shouldn't have to sit alone, Ethan said. His hands trembled, but he kept going. I know what that feels like. The room grew quieter. The teacher looked up from her desk. She studied the scene for a moment, then nodded slowly. That's a good choice, Ethan. Lily looked up, startled. Her eyes widened, as if she wasn't sure she had heard correctly. Me? She asked softly. Ethan nodded. She stood, hesitating only for a second, then walked over. When she reached the table, she whispered, "Thank you." Ethan sat down, his heart pounding harder than it had during any presentation. The group work wasn't smooth. There were awkward pauses, overlapping ideas, moments when no one quite knew what to say next. Lily spoke carefully at first, choosing her words like they might break if handled too roughly. But something shifted as time passed. She offered an idea. Then another. Someone nodded. Someone wrote it down. Slowly, she leaned forward instead of shrinking back. Belonging didn't arrive all at once. It never did. But it began. After school, as students poured into the hallway, Marcus walked beside Ethan. "You didn't have to do that," he said. "I know," Ethan replied. They walked in silence for a moment. "I guess I didn't think about it," Marcus said finally. "About how it feels." Ethan glanced at him. "Most people don't. Until they do." Marcus nodded slowly. "I felt left out before too. I just forgot." That surprised Ethan more than anything else that day. That night, lying in bed, Ethan replayed the moment again and again, not with regret, but with clarity. He realized that truth had first helped him stand up for himself. Now it had helped him stand up for someone else. Honesty, he understood, wasn't just about correcting lies. Sometimes, it was about breaking silence. The next morning, Ethan walked into school with no promises to be brave, no plan to change who he was. Just one quiet rule he carried with him. If silence would hurt someone, he wouldn't choose it anymore. And somewhere behind him, Lily walked into class with her head held just a little higher. When someone feels left out, silence can deepen the pain. Speaking up takes courage, but it creates space for belonging. One voice, used at the right moment, can change more than one life.